Hi everyone, thank you for joining in again. My name is Kyla Lewis and this is Plants, Pints, and Pups. Today's video is going to be a Calathea Care video. I'm just going to show you guys what I do in my everyday Calathea Care, my daily routine with them, and ever since I've implemented what I'm about to show you guys today, my Calatheas have thrived. So if you have some finicky Calatheas, you are not the only one. They're finicky. So go ahead and stay tuned and like and subscribe to this channel. And I'll go ahead and get on to Calatheas, guys. And the pup in today's video, guys, is gonna feature Ellie. Ellie, Oxenfree. Oh my God, please go away. Anyways, her tail is a weapon. And the pint today is by CiderBoys. It's called Peach County. It's an apple peach hard cider, super yummy. But I'm gonna put this down and talk soil composition. So for my Calatheas, guys, I use coconut coir and perlite. It seems to be the perfect blend to keep these happy. And the proportions are about right in this cup right here. You wanna do mostly of the coconut coir and just like a couple spoonsful. I mean, it depends on how much you're making, but this is the proportion you should end up with no matter what the size. And those are the two brands I use, guys. But you can use whatever. I do like that perlite. It seems to be a bigger piece perlite than the others. But that is the soil composition. It seems to hold water. It seems to dry out, but it seems to just, Calatheas don't like to be super wet. They don't like to be super dry. And this consistency actually helps keep that for you. So I highly suggest this soil composition for all of your Calatheas. I also suggest that soil composition for any Maranta as well, because the Maranta and the Calathea are in the same family. So I treat my Marantas the exact same way I'm treating my Calatheas. So this is also a Maranta video as well. I should have added that in the very beginning, but yeah, Calatheas and Marantas are very, very similar. They're damn near the same, so I treat them the same. All right, guys, let's move on to humidity. So humidity, I keep my Calatheas around 65% humidity. If you don't own one of these, they're on Amazon. I think it was like $12. I have one in every single room that I have plants, just to kind of see what we're dealing with. But some even my humidifier, my Levoit in here is really nice and it has one built in, but my one in my living room doesn't, so I know when to turn it on. I do not let my Calatheas get under 60% humidity. That's when they start to do that funky browning and they freak out and they're just not fun. No lower than 60%. If you look it up, it's gonna say that you can go lower. I don't. I keep it at 60%. The highest I would go, guys, is around 75, but keep this humidity well circulated. I keep a fan on in every single room if I have a humidifier on, because a lot of people get browning edges and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing. The humidity rate is high. I don't understand. It's because that your humidifier is hitting those leaves and your leaves already have humidity in them. So it's just getting stuck in your leaf. So it's causing it to rot on the ends. It's called leaf rot. That happens with anthuriums. It happens with any kind of plant, period. So that is something you have to worry about with humidifiers. Just make sure your air is circulating, because it can be harmful. It can be just as harmful as it is good. So humidity, no lower than 60. I would keep it no higher than 75. It's just not necessary. And well circulating air, guys, for your Calatheas. Another reason that you need this, guys, let's talk temperature for your Calatheas. Calatheas, if they get too cold, they'll do this funky curling in on each other. They look like little cylinders. They're just starting to just be like, hey bitch, I'm cold, turn up the air. I do not let it get lower than 60 degrees in this house. Even, guys, 60, I've seen them start curling at 64 degrees. They like to be around 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. They do not like to be cold, and they will start to curl in on themselves if they do get too cold, guys. So don't let your house get below 65, or you'll start to see your Calatheas suffer and curl on themselves. This is my biggest tip and the best tip yet, besides the soil. The soil is gonna help you a lot too. But always water your Calatheas and your Marantas with nothing. Not purified, nothing, but distilled water. Always distilled water. Because this distilled water is just purely water. It's got no minerals, no nothing. And that's what Calatheas like. Calatheas and Marantas, like I told you, they don't like a lot of minerals. So if you get purified, a lot of people will be like, I'm watering with my Brita, I don't understand. It's because it's purified water. It still has some minerals in it. Get distilled water and you will see a massive difference. All right, guys, light. Where do your Calatheas like to be? Calatheas are awesome and Marantas are awesome. They're low light tolerant plants. So a lot of people, when they're like, I want an awesome plant, I don't have a lot of light, Marantas and Calatheas, they're for you, okay? But just make sure, like right here, they have a grow light, but the grow light is far enough away, guys, that it is not harming the plants, not any way, shape, or form, and they're still getting that light. And like I said, I have my humidifier going. It's on low, but the fan in this room is going as well to keep that air circulated. So this is the kind of light you're talking about. You can do high indirect. They can do that, but bright indirect, I'm sorry. High indirect is, I mean, that's fine too, but they're low light tolerant. So I have them in like a medium light. I think that's what they'll deal happiest with, is a medium light and just like a warm light. When to water your Calatheas and your Marantas? With distilled water. We already learned this. I'm sorry, that was really freaking creepy. But anyway, so we're gonna water with distilled water, guys. Marantas and Calatheas, they like to dry out, not be completely dry between waterings, but they do like to dry out quite a bit. When I first started, now I just use my finger, but to get it down to like a science, I had a moisture meter, and I would put it in the pot in multiple places just to get the average reading. And when it was like 2 or 3, the average reading was 2 or 3 on the little pole, I watered with distilled water. And you water until the water drips out of the drainage holes, and then you wait until it's almost completely dry and you do it all over again. But guys, like you'll get like, you get different fingers. You'll get Calathea fingers, you'll get Anthurium fingers. Like, that sounds creepy, but you'll know when to water by feeling them. But get your moisture meter at first if you're a newbie, or if you feel comfortable enough being like, okay, this is almost dry, but it still has some, go ahead and water. And you'll know too, the coconut core is awesome. It'll look dry on top, guys. So it's very important to feel the inside of the soil, because the coconut core does look dry on top, but it holds that moisture in there. So go ahead and feel around, poke around, and if it's almost dry, go ahead and give her a nice water with distilled water. Another tip, you can also tell when a Calathea needs watered by weight. So go ahead and get used to the weight of it when you first water it versus the weight of it when it needs watered, and kind of try to remember the difference. After you've had your plants for so long and you feel that weight, a lot of the time I will pick up my plant. I'm like, okay, nope. So just go ahead and pay attention to the weight of your plants, and that will help you a lot with watering as well. All right, guys, those are my tips on how to get beautiful Calatheas and Marantas. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that they help. I did not tell you to do anything that I don't personally do, and they have all worked for me. So I hope it helped you in some way, shape, or form. Go ahead and like to subscribe to this channel for more upcoming videos. I'm gonna do my Anthurium care, my philodendron care, and just different types of plant care to keep all of your plants happy and healthy and thriving. So have a great day and be kind to one another, guys. Oh, and distilled water.